You know it's jacked up? It's because I'm literally sitting here while walking and in control of your country. You'd think a lot of people would understand, hey, personal responsibility is something Americans are supposed to have. It's your body, you're adults, you're supposed to be personally responsible for yourself. You know? And it just goes to show you that none of the people in my community know how government works, where it starts, what it's supposed to do. And everything's just been 50-50, and it can't be 50-50. So, which side do I need to lean to? Well, I can tell you this right now. It doesn't matter what side I lean to. They never say exactly what I said. They change it to fit their narrative. And that's sad. Yeah, I even got it on my face. That's what's funny, that I don't get to choose. See, maybe what if I was Republican? Maybe, and that's the thing. They keep spinning it, and then now you got CNN with Mark Zuckerberg saying that nothing's going to open back up till 2021, and it's all just bullshit. Mark Zuckerberg don't have anything to do with the government opening. He can't tell you that festivals aren't going to open. I can tell you this. If you're scared still, and it's getting warm, see viruses don't last. Once it hits 80 degrees one time, it's gone. This vaccine stuff, it's just the same old thing again. It's just another rerun of Bill Gates and him pumping the WHO full of vaccines and trying to sell it and make money. And that's all it is. It's just another repeat. But see, people don't follow government or anything like that anymore. The washing your hands is, a Howard Hughes OCD type of thing. Then you go around and, the radio, you can tell the radio's pre-recorded. But it's 50-50. They tell you worst case scenario, best case, so nobody can get sued. Well, I can tell you this. I've lived on barely any food, any of this stuff. No coronavirus. But see, it's just like this. When you got Eminem, Marshall Mathers, and Slim Shady, there's 3 names. You got coronavirus, COVID-19, the flu. It's just some 33 shit, man. So what do you want? See, this has exposed just how much you don't know about government. Hell, I don't even like the government in the state I live in. At all. You see, just like this, if you can't figure out how to get yourself back to work, then you don't need to go drinking. You don't need to be at the bar. You don't need to be doing any of that shit. If you're waiting for a stimulus package from something, then you really don't need to be at the bar. Kind of crazy, huh? See, you can't do that, though. You can't put people out of business like that. Well, it's just like this. stalled out enough now that Trump's going to win the election easy. But see, what you don't realize, there's a Trump that's stuck in the basement of the White House that doesn't go anywhere, and then there's a Trump that goes everywhere. See, there's two White Houses too. So, see, the problem is both White Houses have to combine. We can't be in separate places, because trying to do this based off of tweeting and Facebook Live and YouTube, it's worked so far, but it's not working now. And it's just exactly like this. And when you realize that it's kind of crazy. Just goes to show you. When you're really who you are, and you try to step up and do something, it doesn't matter. But I guarantee you, if it was another one of my characters and I said something, boy, you'd be all over my ass. So I yield back my control to the other Donald Trump. I've proven my point nearly enough, and let's just show them how fast we can get the economy back up. It's real simple. But there's no sense in having both of us do this right now. People in the country can't even tell the difference when you change your tide several times in the same freaking deal, But hey, mark my words, it's going to start coming out. All these hospital professionals are telling you none of this shit's really been going on, so I'll take the credit for that. And that's exactly what I said. I said I was going to flex and shut you the fuck up. Most leaders lead from behind, and none of you know that. Most of you want to scream and be pissed off at Donald Trump, but how can you be pissed off at Donald Trump? It's not his responsibility in your state. You want to worry about China? Well, I don't give a shit about China. I give a shit about Oklahoma or Tulsa. And seriously, man, I've literally tried to talk to friends, and they're all like trying to tell me what to do and how to do it. And I'm okay with taking advice on stuff. But you want to know how hard it is to let someone know what you do for a living and everything that you've done and everything that you have, and that's the hardest thing in life I've ever had to do. All the other shit is fucking easy. Movies, the music, fucking commercials, all that shit's fucking easy. But sitting down and talking to someone and letting them get to know you. So, either way, this is going to pan out however they want it to. However this pans out, it's up to you. Not up to anybody else. See, just like this. Everything that's going on, man, it's exposing a lot. When you go back and you look at the original bombing at the World Trade Center was a U-Haul truck in the basement of it, and then you fast forward a little bit, and then you got Waco. Well, I meant it was Waco, then that, and then you got Oklahoma City bombing, and at the same time you've got Boeing going through a crisis with all their planes crashing and falling out of the sky in a big ordeal. And what did they do? What they always do. Pick somebody and they blamed it on them. You know, the Mural building had all these law enforcement agencies in there, ATF, direct task force, veterans and stuff, and daycares, and the same thing World Trade did. But it was kind of funny that all the planes crashed, and then after the fact they go into Sergeant School of Aeronautics and arrest everybody. So let me tell you what's going on. During this time, there's a lot. That's the first time that you step up that Boeing, they were doing all of these remote Airbuses. You know, that's what they do. You know, most planes don't have any pilots on them. So they started saying it was radical Islam. But see, I have a problem with that. And the reason why I have a problem with that is because a lot of you don't understand that many people, like myself and other people, have multiple characters that they have. We have cards, and it's basically what we have. Well, see, over the years, mine keep dwindling down. I end up with a bunch more. You know, when you have Hugh Hefner, he was a playboy, and Bin Laden was a playboy, and he had a place in World Trade Center. Well, it's no different than the one that's here in Tulsa. So see all these things that are going on, being perceived, hunting people down and all this stuff. You know, there's a company here that was called Ground Zero Incorporated. And you remember a few years back, Memorial Day, 2 barges hit a bridge and took a bridge out. Well, then you had a guy that, if it was impostering a military, was in a military uniform, and he called Russia saying that there was going to be an attack. Well, that's where Edward Snowden's at. So see, all these things, what you see is, during all of this, you've not witnessed the sleight of hand. You know, it's like when Sully landed the plane on the Hudson. It was at the same time the rest of the planes crashed. They just saved it and waited till a different time. But see, Donald Trump was right there when it happened, and he'll tell you. It wasn't Muslims. Wasn't that at all. You got to remember, in 1993, the World Trade Center took a huge bomb in the parking garage. I mean, it shook the fucking building and hurt a lot of people. Same thing that kind of hit the Mural building. And they want to blame it on Waco. Well, let me tell you this. You know, you had Waco and David Koresh. They attacked him. But the same thing, no different than when they attacked the bikers in Waco. See, everything comes back around. You know, in the 1970s, Bill Ayers and them, you know, there was 2,000 bombings on our land. And then, you know, they targeted law enforcement and all of these things. But see, what you're doing is, this is the first time ever trying to roll up and end a war. And there's a lot of stuff. And when you end a war, there's a lot of things that are going to go on. It exposes a lot of stuff. A lot of people went to war under false pretenses and going through some things. You know, the last 5 years of my life has been pretty crazy. You know, here in Tulsa, we had a whole corruption of a fucking court system from ATF with McFadden and all them and Henderson and all that, and going way back. See, you can go stems further back than Reagan and, you know, the Contra affair there. That was just, Reagan was another Hollywood president, just another stage. But you know what? Oklahoma has funded more terrorism and more corruption in law enforcement And even in saying that, you got to look at the time too. During all this, during 93, you had the Unabomber too. Well, that's just another guy wearing a hoodie and sunglasses, and just another repeat. So why? Well, this is just like this. It's always going to boil down to aviation. Whoever has the most money, who's wanting the most. During that time, Boeing was taking over McDonnell Douglas. And then they're grounding all the 737s. Why? Well, because they're apparently crashing everywhere. But let me tell you this. If you watch, say, Con Air, at the same time, that was a bunch of guys that took over a plane. So no one ever stops to think that. Cyrus, the virus, there's another virus, another C virus. So as we go through this and you realize this, sometimes shit happens, and whether or not, the only way that you know if something happened or not is if you were at ground zero when it happened. But I could tell you this. None of you really know what's real or fake when it comes to media, it comes to entertainment, unless you're in it. You don't. So it's like this. It's like, how do I get my life moving forward in this? Guess I have to ask for help, I guess. But who do I ask for help? I mean, I could reach out and... But see, it's not my job to reach out to anything. I'm the president. It's your governor of your state's responsibility. It's your mayor. It's John Q. Public. The one sitting in your house wondering when your stimulus check's coming. It's up to you. You know what they're doing is they're turning, we're showing you this, okay? I got sick and tired of being called racist, okay? I don't shake hands. I've been shot at so much in the last few years. I actually pat people down, I hug them. So social distancing, people get back. So this is what's happening. During this, it's caused people to get a taste of their own medicine. But just like that, nobody puts their kids first. Your kids are outside exploring the world like they're Christopher Columbus, and you're walking around with masks on and driving around with masks on, and you're looking like idiots. It's 80 degrees. Viruses are dead. Vaccines are for kids. Boosters are for a little bit older children. Shots are for adults. Now see, this goes back to this simple point. Get your kids vaccinated when they're born. Because you have to. But it's just like this. Detroit, we used to have a steel mill here in Sand Springs when they closed it. What? Steel mill contaminates the ground with lead. So your drinking water is contaminated. Just like Flint, Michigan, just like Pilcher, just like all of these places that are contaminated. That's why you're never going to see some of these steel mills come back. That's why they left and went overseas in the first place, because we damaged the ground too much over here. So... When you go through all this process and you realize that each person in the White House plays dual roles, it's just like WWE. You got a good character on this side, and WCW, you could be a bad guy. Same thing with Republican and Democrat. I could sit here all day, and a lot of these characters are based off of the people in the town I live in. You go to Fox News, you got Harris Faulkner. Well, heck, the Harris family lives here. They're a pretty famous family. And you got the Faulkner family. That's another last name. And you got all these things outnumbered in Fox and a lot of these characters. Godzilla. Think about it. Think how many artists that we have out here. To see if I really told you all the things that I've contributed to and will come back to me, you wouldn't understand it. You would argue and you wouldn't listen. So I want you to take a look at my face. Go through my face and look. You see these tattoos? And go find the music that hooks up to, you got brass knuckles. Go find the music that goes to it, and you see what I do. Hell, you may find a Russian band, but see, that's just no different than the Sooner State. Boomer, The Longest Yard, kind of like prison. See, the gone but not forgotten. Let me tell you something. When you spent your life and you realize that ISIS was created here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and anybody can argue, they're like, no, this man don't know what he's talking about. Well, prove me wrong.